11th. Hey, man, it's a fun day, 6-game slate. I'm ready to jump into this slate real quick before we do. Quick question for you guys, man. Hey, why do research all day long when you could come check out the site, buy the cheat sheet, have everything right in front of you, make your lineups in 10 or 15 minutes, and just move on with your day? Hey, make sure to check out the site, DFSCheatSheet.com. And hey, one quick announcement, just want to quickly mention for you guys. Hey, very exciting day for us. We have NASCAR and NHL added to the optimizer as of today. A lot of really good things going on. Make sure to check out the Discord chat. The link is below. We're in there all day having a lot of fun, sports talk, debates, arguments. Hey, it's all fun and games. It's a good time. So check it out. Links below. Make sure to check out the site, DFSCheatSheet.com. And hey, man, let's jump into today's slate.
Coronavirus, whatever you want to talk about, man. Talking about talking about all of it. Yeah, it's just the Discord chat it's fun because one thing I mentioned on the NHL video that we did this morning was it's not just we're in there all the time. Like the writers are in there all the time. You and I are in there all the time, providing our expertise and any yes, we provide a cash game lineup for our members, etc. But if you have a lineup that you're building for a GPP, like a single entry or something, as a perfect example, people just drop them in there, ask us what we think. And we could tell them straight up, hey, I'm not on this guy, or maybe you didn't see the news. This guy was ruled out. Get him out of your lineup. So it's more than that. We're trying to make sure you're successful playing daily fantasy and that you have full access to people that can help you out every single day.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely, man. If you don't mind, just kind of go through the list and let us give us an idea of where we're at today.
Terry Rozier just got ruled out after earlier today. They talked about he was probable with an illness. He's now been ruled out. So that opens up a huge spot for Devontae Graham and then the twin brothers. Now I can't think of the guy's last name, but the twin brothers on
Martin.
Yeah, Cody and Caleb Martin had a brain fart right there. I couldn't think of their names. So that opens up some value there. Obviously, get some extra run. Jay Crowder's available to play today. So is Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero. Joel Embiid will also play today as well. That's kind of where it's at so far from an injury standpoint. There's been a lot of stuff that we've already talked about before, like a Porzingis who's probably not going to play today. Have not seen him actually ruled out. I know that we talked earlier this morning he was doubtful. But that's kind of it's not been a fast-paced injury day like some slates are. That's not to say in the next 10 minutes it can't happen where a bunch of guys get ruled out. Jimmy Butler, I did miss that one. He has been ruled out also, will not play today. But that's kind of where it's at, man. It's not been too busy of a day.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, we could kind of just you talked about Embiid, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Embiid, we got to see what happens if he's going to be on a minutes limit or whatnot. If he's not, he's going to play 30-plus minutes in this spot going against Detroit. Then you definitely got to like him at the discounted price. He was playing very well before he got hurt. And the Charlotte guys, you talked about it. The Martin brothers, they get a bump. You definitely got to really look at Devontae Graham. On the flip side, with Jimmy Butler being out, I mean, there's some obvious guys that like. First, I'm going to start with Derrick Jones at 4,200. He's a guy that's probably going to get the start, and if he's going to play a bunch of minutes, I think that you can look at him as a pretty good value play there. You get a bump. You look at Tyler Hero. He gets a bump. He's playing very, very well. I'm sorry, not Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is a guy that has just been playing absolutely out of his mind. But I definitely still think that you can look at Tyler Hero. I think he's a guy that you can look at GPPs. Probably going to be lower owned. He's bare minimum price tag. They have some minutes to go around out there. And then there's Goran Dragic, Kendrick Nunn. Both of those guys are going to get some big-time run. We got both of them projected at an over 5X value. So I'm liking those four guys. I think that you could definitely look at those guys with Butler out. With Butler being out, that's a huge news right there. So I like those guys. Bam definitely is a guy that we talked about. I like him a lot. And then we can go to the Dallas real quick. I want to talk about Dallas. So we got Porzingis has been ruled out. He doesn't really play the second of a back-to-back. Some guys get big-time bumps. I mean, you're looking at Kleber. I think Kleber's a guy that gets a big-time bump. He's already playing 28 to 30 minutes, and then with Porzingis out, he's going to get all the minutes that he can handle. So I think he's a guy that's in a good spot. And then you can also look at Tim Hardaway. 6,000. He's shooting the ball very well. When shooters are hot, you kind of ride him. Now with no Porzingis, he's the other scorer that they're going to have in the lineup tonight. In 3 of the past 4 games, he's got you at least 33 fantasy points. So he's getting a 5X with 6X upside. So I definitely think that you can look at him. And then obviously the obvious guy is Doncic. Doncic definitely gets a bump without his his running mate being out there today. So I like him as well. So that's really where I'm at. I mean, those are the guys that are standing out to me that are getting big time bumps today. Did I miss anybody? Is there anybody else that you're on due to injuries and stuff like that?
No, I mean, you seem to be – last night when we did the shoot around, you weren't – we talked about the Dallas game kind of looked like it was maybe the most boring game on the slate outside of Philadelphia playing a G League team. But,
Right.
I mean, as it shapes up, now Doncic at this price tag of 11-2, he becomes probably a chalk cash game play. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with it.
I mean, Trae Young looks like he's a really good tournament play. I'm not sure if there's enough value to kind of build your lineups today to get Doncic and Trae Young in your lineups because you're going to have to get, in my opinion, tonight, it's going to be about exposure to the late game, New Orleans and Sacramento. I think that's the game. We talk about it every day. Make sure you sift through the shit. A lot of the injury news that's broke today is in the early games. Charlotte's got Terry Rozier out, so there's value that opens up there. They're at Miami. There's no Jimmy Butler in that game. Value opens up there. And you can quickly find where people are going to start loading up players from these first 3 games on the slate. Embiid coming back, that's intriguing. Josh Richardson coming back, that's intriguing. I really like Josh Richardson at this price tag of $5,000. He's coming back from a concussion. He only missed 3 games. I don't see why he wouldn't play 25, maybe 30 minutes tonight. But there's, and then Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett. So there's a ton of interest in these early games, and the Detroit-Philadelphia game could be a blowout. That game could be a blowout. The Atlanta-New York game, that could possibly be a blowout if Atlanta gets hot. New York's playing okay right now, but Atlanta on paper should beat them. And then you've got Charlotte-Miami. Anything could go in this game. Could be a shootout because you've got no Jimmy Butler. And I think Bam just gets lost. I mean, this is a crush spot for Bam. Bam's probably one of my favorite players in the entire slate outside of the guys that are in New Orleans and Sacramento. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I mean, I just think that you've got New Orleans and Sacramento. This game has the potential to have so many fireworks in it, and with so much news that's breaking outside of that in the early games, I think ownership in that late game could be quite a bit lower than anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely
Alexander will play today.
Okay. So, yeah, either way, I still like Schroeder. I think Schroeder's a guy, even coming off the bench, he's playing very well right now. So Schroeder's a guy that, even with Alexander playing, I think that you can really look at Schroeder still. So, I mean, that's really where I'm at, man. I think we touched on it. Some guys that really got some bumps due to injury news and stuff like that. If we got any questions, definitely hit us down low. If not, man, hey, I'm ready to get out of here, get these lineups finished. Cody Martin asked, takes on Portis on FanDuel. Let me check out Portis' price real quick.
So, Cody, one of the things that while you're checking on his price, I'll just talk about this. One of the things that we talked about on the morning shoot around was the Knicks are on the second end of a back-to-back, and if you look at the minutes last night that was played by Julius Randle, he played 26 minutes. If you look at the minutes that were played by Mitchell Robinson last night, it was like the Knicks are a playoff team, and they were resting guys or limiting their minutes on the front end of a back-to-back. So that has me scary because Bobby Portis did play a lot of minutes last night. He played 26 minutes last night, which if you look, it's kind of like every other game with Portis. And there's been situations where they've been maybe 2 games in 3 days or on a back-to-back where Portis will play bigger minutes in one of those 2 games. So in tournaments, if you want to play Portis, we definitely know the one thing about Bobby Portis, in my opinion, throughout his whole career has been minutes. If the guy's going to get you minutes, he's going to be productive. It's just always about how many minutes is Bobby Portis going to play. So I would play him in tournaments. No cash game consideration for me whatsoever. I think that Randall's a guy that could possibly light the slate up because of the underwhelming performance yesterday, combined with this price tag, and they're on the second end of a back-to-back. I just think you got to look a little further into that. The fact that he didn't play very many minutes last night. He played, 9 minutes less than what he typically plays. Portis got a lot of run. Use it with caution.
Yeah, I mean, at 4,200 price tag, you can definitely look at him. I think he's a GPP play, going to be pretty low owned. But I'm with you, man. There's a lot more into it. It's like every other game, he plays minutes. The other games, he kind of takes a back seat. So GPP play, but I think that you can definitely look at him on FanDuel. So I think that's really where we're at. Hey, man, you got, 36 minutes till lock. We got a bunch of other NBA content up right now. Plus, we got some NHL up. Check out the optimizer. Like we said, we got NASCAR in there. We got NHL. Go have some fun with NHL today. And, hey, man, that's really where we're at. Hey, so good luck on your guys' contest tonight, and peace out.